welcome back to the Resilience Building Program. I'm your host, Roger Ruge. In the previous video, we talked about gratitude journaling and how study after study has shown how good that is for us on a physiological and a mental level, how it reduces stress hormones. You can find a lot of studies on that, so I won't bore you with it. But what we're going to do today is to take you up a notch in the practice of gratitude. So we're going to go beyond the journal today, and now we're going to talk about gratitude letters. What's a gratitude letter? Well, it's really simple. I'm going to encourage you to think about someone who's been deeply influential in your life. And you might have quite a few people like that, but I'm just going to ask you to pick one for the moment. And we're going to think about this person, and it could be someone in your life right now, your mom or dad, for example, or it could be a famous person out there in the world that you really respect, someone who has, touched your soul. It could be living or deceased. Doesn't really matter, but the goal here is to think about and feel the gratitude, the love, the joy that we have for that person, and then we're going to take that into a letter. And you're going to write one, maybe two paragraphs outlining how this person has been supportive to you, influential in your life to help you be the person that you are today. And you're going to make that felt important as much as possible in a gratitude letter. Now again, 1 to 2 paragraphs will suffice. And then the challenge. Read them the letter. If you can get together with them in person, best of the best. Not always possible, especially today. So maybe you get a video conference. Maybe you call them up on the phone and you read them the letter. You read it with as much heartfelt emotion as you can manage. That's key here, because that emotional content is the piece that puts all that resilience money in our bank account. If the person is no longer with us, if they have left physical form, then you can get a picture of them. And maybe you decorate that with some flowers or a candle or something like that, and then read them that letter. Maybe you go to where their gravesite is, for example, and you read them the letter, and maybe you leave the letter there as a symbol or a token. The goal here is to feel as much as you possibly can while you read that letter, because you did it while you were writing it too. You felt that emotion as much as possible. That's the key. Everything changes physiologically when we tap into the feelings of gratitude, love, joy, happiness. And I know this could be challenging for some of us to be vulnerable like that, but it can be a game changer. I had a student in a previous class of mine that took this on, and he decided to read his letter to his dad, who was a hard-ass Vietnam vet. This was a very damaged human being, Marine for life, tough guy, no emotion ever. And so that's a risk, right? And he went over and he read this letter to his dad, and his dad, when he got done reading it, said, well, I didn't realize you felt that way. That's it. That's what he got from his dad. He knew he had reached his dad, touched him a little bit, and that's all the man was capable of, but that's not the important part of the story. What came next was what the student told me, which was, Roger, I'm really happy we did that exercise because I don't think my dad's going to be around too much longer. Vietnam has damaged him, physically, mentally. He's in poor health. He said, I'm so glad I was able to get my thoughts together about how influential my dad was in my life, how he has helped shape me as a man, and now I get to share that with him, and I don't have regret over missing that opportunity. Because if he had passed away before I got to say that to him, I'd have had that as a life regret. Yeah. There's so many ways that this can benefit us, friends, and trust me on this one, as you feel these emotions and you experience it with whomever you're reading that to or from, my goodness. And if you've ever been on the other side of this fence and received one of these like I did, which is what started this whole program for me, this exercise, it's profound because I had no idea I had affected that person's life in that way. And to receive that is phenomenal, right? And it reminds us of how important relationships are, the connections that we keep. So often we just kind of go through life and we don't really get a chance to express it until maybe somebody's on their deathbed. And maybe we don't get to express it at all if they just leave suddenly. Wouldn't it be just wonderful to have that knowing, that loving relationship enhanced to that level? Oh my goodness, friends, it is a game changer. And I'm going to tell you that this one right here is taking gratitude up to the highest level I know of. And don't stop at one letter. I know you've got many people in your life that you're grateful for. Write them all a letter. You have a small child? Write them a letter and give it to them later in life. And so they can see how much they meant to you as a parent when they were little, but they couldn't absorb that information then. As maybe young adults, they can. All kinds of ways to play with this, friends. Have fun with it. But this is a game changer. When we can cultivate a feeling for gratitude as often as possible, it tends to balance out all the adversities of life that we face. All right? Gratitude letters, gratitude journals, absolutely money back in the Resilience Bank account. Questions or comments, anything at all? Tell me how your journey went. Read the letter and then let me know in the comments section what a game changer that was for you. I'd love to hear from you, and I'm here to support you. All right, friends, I'll see you at the next video.